Is the personal dysfunction, the personal animus between these two leaders now going to set this relationship off the tracks?
It certainly looks like that. And if you, right now, in current situation, and I think when you talk to the Republican field, the 2016 contenders, they're going to tell you it is. And you're going to hear that on the campaign trail going forward, and you're going to see it in fundraising appeals. And you heard it from Marco Rubio. You heard it on the floor yesterday, last week. And so I think we're going to hear more and more of that, and it's going to be really projected by the Republican field.
Well, let's listen to Marco Rubio. You mentioned him. He's one of several Republican 2016 candidates who said the president's wrong, the prime minister is right. Speaker John Boehner is about to go to Israel. You might call that a victory lap of sorts. It was Speaker Boehner who invited Prime Minister Netanyahu to come into the House of Representatives. Now he's going over to see the prime minister. I bet he gets treated quite well on that trip. But for the 2016 context, Republicans see the Netanyahu win as proof that they should be standing with Israel, that they should be in this president's face. Listen to Marco Rubio.
This is a historic and tragic mistake. Israel is not a Republican or Democratic issue. If this was a Republican president doing these things, I would give the exact same speech. In fact, I would be even angrier. This is outrageous, it is irresponsible, it is dangerous, and it betrays the commitment this nation has made to the right of a Jewish state to exist in peace.
We already knew Robert Costa foreign policy was going to be a big role in the primary debate between Republicans, but also in the general election. We'll be still in some sort of a military confrontation with ISIS when we get around to the election. Now, U.S.-Israeli relations, and of course, all those Republicans anticipate they'll be running against the president's former Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, so they're going to press her to step into this debate as well.
But what's been really interesting is you look at what happened and how Republicans handled Netanyahu's victory. It really underscores the hawkish element within the party.
Think about the difference of opinion that could play out over the next few months and a few things that have just been said at this table. Julie, you noted this difference that could play out in the United Nations. President Obama and his predecessors wanted a Palestinian state. Netanyahu, even when he's been for it, has been very reluctantly for a very limited form of it, and there's going to be that kind of a struggle. And now you have the question, if the White House were to go ahead as they've suggested, and allow resolutions that are seen as hostile to Israel or to its government to go forward at the United Nations, that becomes an ongoing political issue that is going to force political candidates to comment on it, whether they do or not. Maybe Hillary hasn't talked about it yet. She would be forced to if it goes on.
And that could also become a huge global issue as well, especially because I'm not here to defend Prime Minister Netanyahu, but at times he does have a legitimate case in saying he doesn't have a partner, that the Palestinian government is not strong enough, or that you still have the Fatah-Hamas differences, and they're still lobbing mortars into Israel. So will this get pushed for the politics of let's get in Netanyahu's face, we're mad at Netanyahu, or will it get pushed based on are we actually ready, if we pass something that says there's a Palestinian state, are we ready to implement it?
It's really interesting that you mentioned that, John. I was talking with a historian, a writer, Gershom Gorenberg, when in Israel, and he was saying there's not that much political debate day to day in Israel over the question of the Palestinians because people agree that it's a huge problem and that they do not know how to solve it. And that is a question that the international community also faces on many different levels. And if you push for a solution, the question is, do you really have one?
One of the things to keep in mind here, though, is that the Europeans and other regions of the world are much further along in this idea of supporting Palestinian statehood through other means than the U.S. has been. Every time that there is a vote in the General Assembly at the UN, it's 130 countries that vote in favor of it. The U.S., Israel, and a small handful of countries vote against. So when you talk about this in not just a U.S. context, but in a geopolitical context, it appears as though the U.S. could be moving closer to a lot of its allies, and that would leave Israel presumably far more
to watch Secretary Clinton. I mean, if the Obama administration becomes more aggressive in going after Netanyahu and perhaps using the UN as a means of doing so, this is going to put real pressure on Secretary Clinton. Does she break with the administration? How does the Jewish vote go? How do Republicans really respond to perhaps capitalize on these tensions that could emerge within the Democratic Party?
And if you're the President of the United States, even if you think you're right, can you force Palestinian statehood on a reluctant Israeli prime minister? Can you force an Iran nuclear deal on a reluctant Israeli prime minister? This one is worth watching today, tomorrow, next month, and beyond.